Welcome back to Insight USA, your go-to channel for captivating stories about the people shaping American culture, entertainment, and history. Today, we're diving into the remarkable life and 50-year career of the legendary actor John Amos. Whether you know him as James Evans from Good Times, Cleo McDowell from Coming to America, or for his pivotal role in Roots, Amos has carved an indelible mark in Hollywood. He's not only an actor, but a walking archive of American history, carrying 8 decades of wisdom in his towering 6-foot frame. John Amos is a name that resonates across generations. From baby boomers to Gen Z, his face is instantly recognizable, thanks to his wide-ranging body of work across television and film. His resume reads like a who's who of American TV and film history. The Mary Tyler Moore Show, Roots, Good Times, Coming to America, The West Wing, and even a surprise appearance in Uncut Gems. But John Amos is much more than an actor. His life embodies the American experience, from being one of the first black students to integrate white schools in the wake of Brown versus Board of Education, to briefly playing professional football, and even working as a social worker at the Brooklyn House of Detention. Every chapter of his life seems to have given him another layer of authenticity to bring to his roles. Amos's Hollywood journey began with the Mary Tyler Moore Show in the early 1970s, where he played Gordy, the straight-talking weatherman. At the time, he was the only black actor in the main cast, a reflection of a society that was still very much grappling with racial inequality. As a young man, Amos had been part of the first wave of black students to integrate 2 schools in New Jersey. He dealt with his share of racism. Students would wipe their fingers on his face to see if the black would come off or make comments about his nose. But these experiences only strengthened his resolve. He carried these lessons into his acting, where he often found himself pushing for more authentic portrayals of black life. In the early days, though, steady work was hard to come by. To make ends meet, Amos took whatever gigs he could get, including commercials, one of which, for Pepsi, almost got him into trouble when he drank so much during the shoot that he couldn't stop belching for the rest of the day. He also did a commercial for McDonald's, which proved serendipitous years later, when he would go on to play Cleo McDowell, the proud owner of McDowell's, in Coming to America. By 1974, Amos landed the role that would catapult him to stardom, James Evans, the no-nonsense patriarch in Good Times. This show was a groundbreaking portrayal of an African-American family, and its impact on black culture is still felt today. Artists like Alicia Keys and Rick Ross have referenced Amos in their lyrics, and for many, James Evans became a father figure on screen. But behind the scenes, tensions were building. The show's creators, including Norman Lear, were white, and their take on black family life sometimes clashed with Amos's real-life experience. He fought tooth and nail for the authenticity of the show's portrayal of black life in America. The disagreements eventually led to Amos being written off the show after 3 seasons, a move that, in hindsight, was emblematic of the broader cultural battles happening in America at the time. If Good Times made Amos a household name, his role in Roots made him a cultural icon. In 1977, Amos played the middle-aged Kunta Kinte in the epic miniseries that depicted the brutal history of slavery in America. The series was a turning point for how Americans understood their country's history, and Amos's portrayal was a centerpiece of its emotional power. The role was life-changing for him, not just as an actor, but as a human being. It was a rare opportunity to tell a story that transcended stereotypes and tapped into the deeper truths of the black experience in America. As Amos aged, he shifted into roles of authority, police officers, military leaders, and other figures of influence. These roles were particularly meaningful to him, as his father had been in the military and Amos himself had once worked as a social worker. One of his standout roles in this vein was Admiral Percy Fitzwallace in The West Wing, a man of power who could address institutional racism without ever raising his voice. His performances in these roles were always grounded in a deep understanding of the struggles and inequities of American society. Despite his serious roles, Amos also knew how to bring the laughs. His portrayal of Cleo McDowell in Coming to America is perhaps his most beloved role. And he's back as Cleo in the sequel, Coming to America, where he once again steals the show in a pivotal scene. Amos reflects fondly on working with Eddie Murphy and the joy of being part of a project that has brought so much laughter to audiences around the world. John Amos's career is a testament to perseverance, talent, and the ability to reflect both the joys and the struggles of life. From the gritty realism of Good Times to the comedic genius of Coming to America, he has brought authenticity, heart, and depth to every role he's played. His story is not just the story of an actor, but of a man who has lived through and shaped some of the most significant moments in American history. This has been a deep dive into the life of the legendary John Amos, brought to you by Insight USA. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating stories from the people shaping our world. Until next time, keep seeking insight